Hello everyone, my name is Lorene Serrat and I'm a dual enrollment student, and I'll be informing and presenting you guys with the Felis Margarita, which is also called the sand cat. So to begin, the reason why I selected the sand cat as the topic selection, because a few years ago in art class I actually had to draw the cat, which was extremely difficult, just in case if you're wondering. Another reason as well would be that the cat looks very cute from the images, but after doing some research, I have actually found out that they aren't so cute. They're actually pretty aggressive. They can do some real damage. And I'll provide you guys with a deeper and detailed explanation of the sand cat. Okay, so moving forward. Okay, so as we know, each and every organism is categorized. Us humans are classified as mammals, and just in case you're wondering, I've already stated the binomial scientific name, which is Felis Margarita, and the classifications that the sand cat falls under are the genus being the Felis, family being Felidae, the order being Cerdivora, class being Mammalia, phylum being Chordata, kingdom being Animalia, and the domain being Eukarya. So in the image to the right, it points out, I would like to point out their ears, which actually help them locate the prey that is moving around them. And I want to also point out to the follicles that they have in the ear, they're very, very long hairs, which protect and assist them in blocking the sand from entering their ear canal. It's very important for them not to get any sand in their ears, because if not, they would have difficulty finding their food. And it isn't shown in the image because it's not a full body picture, but they also have very furry feet, like layers and layers of fur. And I would like to keep in mind that they live in the desert, meaning that the ground gets extremely hot, and their paws have so much fur, which is beneficial to them because it protects them from being burnt. And I want to also point out here that the Felis Margarita, the majority of them are, they have a mix of yellow fur and like these sheer brown markings. And it's important to keep that in mind because I will be stating something in a further slide. Okay, so moving forward, there's actually a low number of sand cats that are surviving right now, less than 27,000, and their population continues to decrease due to the destruction of their habitat. And unfortunately, there isn't much evidence to build like a concrete reason as to why there's so a few of them in such a dispersed manner. But their existence of subspecies ranges from Africa, the Arabian Peninsula, and Southwest Asia. Okay, geographic distribution. Here I've provided a map to display the areas where the specific species Felis Margarita can be found. If you guys don't know what this is Africa. Okay, so to the far left we have Mauritania. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it is shown in red, meaning that they're extant, meaning that they are surviving, they're doing well, and moving more like in towards the inner part of Africa, around where it's like a bit of Algeria, Niger, and Chad around here. They have a solid mix of orange. The majority is orange and some dots are red. The orange signifies that there's been a decrease, but there isn't enough left to be considered extinct. Here in the map, it doesn't show that much being extinct, more towards the right over here. And in addition, closer to the Southwest Asia exists the subspecies Felis Margarita thenobia, which they're known to be larger and have more of a gray tone to their fur and have less markings as I had shown in the image in slide 2. Okay, I would like to talk about their possible diseases or conditions that are common in the sand cats, which is infectious rhinotracheitis. The condition actually affects their upper respiratory system of the sand cat. This is only applicable though to the sand cats that were held captive. Their enclosures are specifically designed so that it makes them easier for them to breathe, where humidity and temperature are irregular that mimic their original habitats and environment that they were in. And after conducting further research, there's also a disease called congenital toxoplasmosis, which is transmitted from the mother host to the kitten. That means when they get infected with the parasite Toxoplasma gondii, the parasite can actually cause them to have severe discomfort in their eyes, as well as other injuries in their organs such as the liver. Okay, so on to the next slide. The trophic classification of the Felis Margarita fall under heterotrophs, meaning that they consume and eat other organisms to get their energy. They like to eat small rodents such as gerbils, hamsters, mice, birds, lizards, and geckos. The Felis margarita is actually most common in Africa. Their habitat is very dry and has little vegetation. They are used to these conditions, which includes their cons. The main con is that they will go over many months without drinking water or having any liquid in their system. Therefore, the quote-unquote water that they do receive, that they do intake, comes from the other organisms that they prey on. They're sand-dwelling animals that live in these harsh conditions like dry plains and rocky valleys. The temperatures of the day can actually reach up to 124 degrees Fahrenheit, which is equivalent to 51 degrees Celsius, and could actually drop to 31 degrees Fahrenheit, which is equivalent to negative 0.5 degrees Celsius at night. If the temperature becomes too high, the species will seek refuge in their burrows that they make. They are actually, fun fact, extremely great diggers, which also contributes to their paws being furry and as well as their paws being pretty rough and stiff. Okay, so in reproduction we have their breeding season, which falls from January till April, and I didn't include it in the PowerPoint, but I will say this: their life expectancy is said to be 13 years, and they begin to gain independence when they get closer to 6 to 8 months, which leads to the next month, the 9th month, being the reproductive maturity age that reaches 14 months. They are also considered to be endangered because of the loss of destruction of their home environments, as well as hunting. Unfortunately, they are also held captive only when necessarily needed. It is extremely important to have them in their normal habitats or a recreation of the same one, because they won't survive as long as they would if they were in their original living conditions. When this vegetation is destroyed, the sand cats can actually starve. And right here we have the resources that I got my slides from.